Hey, folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. And first of all, thank you very much to the sharp-eyed Kefik, who noticed that we had a couple of unfloored tiles over here. I suspect maybe there was a tree or something going on. I don't know, or it was always missed. Those two tiles had not been filled out. So thank you very much for that. We're going to do that now. Also, someone was concerned about these ramps over here. I mean, other than this floor being exposed, these ramps are not a way in and out of the base. They don't lead anywhere. They just cause people to bump their heads into the ceiling. So I think that's perfectly safe. I may be wrong about that. I guess out of sheer paranoia, we could remove it, but I don't think it's actually an issue. I just, those existed from when we had the old wooden wall, is all it is. Anyway, with that, let's go ahead and unpause the game and get things going on. We are slowly churning out military gear to equip our other squad. We're making kind of one of all the things every single day. Some people had said maybe we could stockpile more. I suppose that's an idea. I could set the stockpile limit to like 10, but generally speaking, I'm going to be kitting out a new squad, and even like getting a squad starting to train even before they have their equipment, right? You get that to train up as their equipment fills up over time. I mean, we're always going to just be building the stuff at the same rate regardless. Interesting. You were complaining because we haven't built a short sword yet, have we? That's why. Everyone else has got their spears. Grom, who is a swordsman, is currently unarmed, but we do have it in the queue, so it's going to be okay. So yeah, and once the squad gets, mostly equipped, what we'll do is we'll just sign up the second squad and get that start. And yeah, they can start training before they have their gear. No problem there whatsoever. And otherwise, we don't stockpile things. Although I was wondering, if I can export these orders, I wonder if I loaded up like a dummy game, a Dwarf Fortress, and made an order that was a do 10 of each armor thing one time, right? Not a repeating task, a one task order of 10, and then exported that. And then later on in future games, every time I want to kit out a new squad, I just import that and it will do the 10 time one time. That might be something to experiment with. I don't think I can do an export right now because I think it would export my whole list. Maybe not. I haven't actually experimented with it, but I think that's a for another time kind of thing. Otherwise, furniture is furnishing relatively quickly. I was wondering, though, this rock stockpile, I'm just realizing, right? This was for my all stone except for the other stone category, which I don't know has to exist over here. I'm wondering if this should just become an expanded stockpile for our non-economic stone, the stuff we're actually using for our buildings. I kind of think that might be the case. So stone stockpile 9, I think, is unconnected to anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. And then I'm going to extend this thing, which is just non-eco stone. I'm going to modify that and just extend it over here. No, thank you. All right, Queen. And then I'm going to ask for, like, I don't know, a couple more wheelbarrows in there. I think we have a couple going around. I don't know if it's something we can easily check in the stocks. Since I'm not 100% sure, what I'm going to ask is for wooden wheelbarrow. Thank you. And we'll make a couple more. Actually, just in case we were short, I'm going to make 3 more over here. I don't currently see one in there. There might not have been enough kicking around, so yeah, we'll make 3, which is what I'm asking for here, and hopefully we can just haul more stone into this area and keep the stone working happening a little faster. In fact, what I could consider doing is removing this old stoneworkers workshop over here. Just leave these 4 over there and get the stone industry going on. It would be nice maybe if like the stoneworker stuff was closer to the furniture stockpile, because most of what they do is furniture, but carrying that back and forth it's not that heavy. That'll be fine. Of course, we can at some point expand into that, but I don't think I'll worry about it too much. The other thing is we could expand our workshop area and make a dedicated stone one, but I don't think we need anything like that. Overall, things feel like they're flowing pretty well. I guess one thing to check is maybe real quick, all these workshops, are any of them stuffed with goods that aren't being moved, which might be indicative of something like a stockpile being full. Like these cages here, I don't think we have a dedicated cage stockpile. Is it time to do something like that? I keep saying I like to mess around with the animal training. Maybe now's the time. Let's do it. Let's just carve out this area over here, near the surface, because that's where most of our cage stuff is going to happen. Yeah. All right. Mine and Sud is going to take 2 seconds because it's just sand or clay. That lined up? Yeah. There we go. So I'm going to carve out a big area here. I'm going to keep empty cages in one stockpile, then we'll have another one for like the full cages of all our captured stuff. And then we'll have a little training area somewhere in this whole mess. All right, we're going to learnify a thing. I think we're good on trees. I think I remember seeing, yeah, there's tons of logs sitting around there. That's good. Oh, right, and I've got the auto chop module going on, so I don't actually have to babysit the tree thing. Population at 101. I think last time I checked in the last episode was 100, but we had a baby born. That's the kitten one, but we also had some Dwarven babies. Yeah, we do need the tan stuff. Oh, that was the other thing. So I had asked questions about these sieges that showed up and then kept disappearing. And it was suggested that what may be happening, apparently this is a thing that can happen. Just checking it, we're sealed in here, good. Something that can happen is there could be war parties trying to navigate the world map and just happen to be walking through your tile. So they'll pop into the tile and then depart on their way to their actual target. And that may have been what's going on there. So they may have never been sieges meant for my particular fortress. Who knows? That's an interesting explanation, and I like that as a possible explanation. Interestingly enough, no farming going on over here. We don't have a whole lot of drinks currently. I wonder if we need a second still to keep up. I suspect that's the case. Let's go and build that now. I'm going to put it right in here, in between all these guys. And in terms of brewing, we'll have the one. Seed deed. You can still work, right? You don't have anything else going on. Let's go ahead and make you a brewer as well. Double up our booze making. I mean, it's possible we were keeping pace, but the number did seem to go down. And of course, we buy some whenever the traders come. But it's winter. We've got a couple of seasons before even the humans show up, let alone the dwarves. So it's possible we have to go and increase our production rates a fair bit. Business casual assassin working and constructing the building. Thank you very much for that. Bedrooms. Well, how big are our bedrooms blocks, right? 6, 12, 24. Yeah, roughly 100. I mean, minus 4. For 101 dwarves. Some people double up. Some people get their fancy bedrooms, so we're still okay there. Next migrant wave, though, we will want more. I wonder if I should start carving them out now. I'm a little leery about furnishing more bedrooms because we're still kind of behind on furnishing. Okay, Wild Force of Darkness has arrived. We're just talking about this. This one might be a real one, though. Who knows? Activate the civilian alert. Way to beat. Nope, it immediately disappeared. Okay, nope, it's another fake one. Maybe they're on their way back from the raid. Maybe that was going on. Or this will be the time there, even though the siege marker went away, they're still on the map. And they're about to go and boop us, but no. Okay. Tons of cage downs. All right. We do have a snatcher, but that's not too atypical. Right there. Oh, there's 2 of them. And they were able to get through here. I think, first of all, while we're thinking about this, traps, cage traps, makes sense. They're just pathfinding and hugging the wall here, and therefore avoiding quite a few of these traps. Let me line up a few more on these walls. So that's one. Secondly, squad A and B, all y'all, come over here. There you go. Usually the snatchers go away pretty quick once they get spotted. They kept wandering in here, which made me a little uncomfortable. We'll cancel that. You guys are on staggered training? Yep, good, excellent. Okay, so we'll do that now. Stockpilage. We're going to go. I'm going to make a big stockpile over here. These are going to be for my empty traps. Isn't... It's not... Yeah, empty cages. That's what we want. Do I have to turn... No, that's the caged ones. A little weird that there's not a category for just full cages with whatever. So this is the empty cages stockpile. We have them near the surface and ready to go. Then... here we're going to have full cages. And so under animals, I'm going to click all over here. In theory, that's going to happen. And then animal training. Animals that are capable of being trained receive their training in this zone once they've been assigned a trainer from the pet's livestock menu. Generally, a piece of meat is required. So I'm going to do this. Okay, animal training area. Zone is still there. Yeah, zone is still there. I don't think a door is required, but I think I'll feel better with it. You know what? We'll put one block in the way into our farming area as well. And I guess the next thing is to say our catch-all stockpile over here. I am not going to allow any animals. These cages, or any of these, yeah, anything in the animal category. So empty cages or full cages. They should get brought to the surface now. And indeed, the empty cages are being deposited there, which is going to be great for reloading these traps a little bit faster. Excellent. I think we did cage one of the snatchers on the way out, which is good. And yeah, having these along the wall I think is going to be really helpful. And then we still have our cages here. I'm still wondering about building a double lair, but for now we're okay. All right, so everything's being deposited. So now that we have a training area, love, someone was just taking it off. So. Interesting. But yeah, there's a glove there. Can't show two different things. In the ASCII version, it would alternate between the two, like it would cycle between any objects in a tile, right? Things would sort of flash different things as you go. And here it doesn't do that. I might be wrong. Maybe that's not how it worked. I might be dreaming it. I guess one way to check to make sure that we are properly sealed in is I could close the door and then see if dwarves can get in and out. I don't know where they're going. We did unforbid some stuff, and it's possible some trees were cut. And people are definitely wandering all over the place here. I think we're good on our assignments here, because I think... Yeah. No unassigned grazers. Good. Now, I'm assuming goblins aren't tameable. Yeah, there's no tameable option for that. So I think the getting rid of the goblins thing, I think, involves different machinations. So you could put the traps on the bridge that retracts and then have them fall to their death. You could install the cages somewhere, link the cages to a lever, and then you can pull the lever, which would release the goblins. You could build little training things, gladiator arenas, all kinds of different shenanigans for that. But these over here, oh my god, it's a giant hamster. It's Boo! Well, we got to tame this. So, Animosis. We don't have a category for animal taming, I don't think. Oh, we do, actually. And Animosis is there. Tell you what, you're going to be exclusive to this now. That's all you're going to spend your time on. You're going to make sure it happens quickly. Now, I think you will have to go down to the bottom and then bring food up constantly, which is a bit annoying. I'm assuming, yeah, there's no magnifying glass for like putting a chest in here to bring food. I could put a stockpile here and have things be brought up, but I think in the end it'll be kind of same-ish. I don't know, I guess I could put in a take from. If nothing else, anything that gets butchered would go here first. Oh, maybe that'll be the thing to do. Let me make like a tiny 1x1 stockpile. Right here. It's going to be a food stockpile, but specifically, it's only going to allow meat and fish. So theoretically, anything that gets butchered, people will try to put the meat in here first because it's closest, and then it'll get brought down. Now, some of the critters do get trained with vegetables, like the giant hamster, for all I know, is strictly vegetarian, although hamsters in real life are horrifying creatures that will eat their own children. But maybe that'll be the case. Okay, so now that that's done, we go to other, tame, and I mean, I can just say any trainer. It's fine. It'll just be Animus. That's your name, right? Animosis. You know what we should do? We should take a look at you. What's your deals? Animosis. First of all, what do you look like? Very rarely sick and tough, but he's very weak. Now, see, that's interesting. We could potentially militarize this person because you can train up the muscles through, through fighting and things. They will get it. One of the ways to do it, though, is you can build basically a gymnasium. you set up a series of pumps that have to be manually operated, and then you take the people you would like to get very buff, and you assign them to pump operator jobs. And then they will just go and, like, literally pump themselves up and get stronger. So we could do that. Oh, you're currently trying to tame the giant hamster. Great. So with that, I think you're just going to interact with the cage. Oh, now you have no job. So if I look at the giant hamster, there you are. So now do I have to release you manually? Which is kind of annoying. Right, you already have some training theoretically was going on. And then I have to find you? They can't release you. I can't release you from this cage unless it gets installed, right? I think if I dump, I think they'll just try to dump the cage by itself. I wonder, is semi-tamed, is that sellable? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I don't even tame them the whole way. But we could have freaking giant hamster war critters. Like, I might not care about all these monkeys and things like that, right? But what about the rest? Do you have a name? Oh, you might have gotten into conflict. Can I set these in bulk? This is kind of annoying. I have to do these one at a time. Because if these are sellable, right? Am I not doing the right person? Oh, is it reordering after I click? I think it's reordering after I click. Yeah, okay. But semi-tame is the most you can get while they're in a cage. Let me check the walkie. EF wiki here. Taming. What's the deal? All right, capture we got. Training. Once you have a captured trainable creature trapped in a cage, you can start training it. In animal training zone. Done. Oh, I wonder if I can just assign. No, I can't assign. Okay. You need an animal training zone and some plants or meats, depending on where the animal is herbivorous or carnivorous. Have your animal trainer begin training a wild animal. Use U to open the citizen screen. Select the animal menu. Scroll until you see the captured animal selected. Use the whistle icon to train it. Done. Note that if the caged animal is fed a plant, seeds will stay in the cage. Okay, that's fine. Trainer will bring food to the cage and perform the initial training, setting the animal to one of the trained levels. A fully wild animal must be trained from its cage, but once the animal has been initially trained, no longer wild, it may be safely released from the cage, and preferably assigned to an enclosed pasture or restraint to keep them hemmed in. Oh, maybe that's the trick. If I go and click here... All right, it's not roaming, it's in a cage specifically. If I search for hamster or giant, it might be alphabetical. Interesting. The giant sparrows in a cage can be found, but not the hamster? We can filter for stockpiled cage. Why is the hamster, who is presumably still here, isn't it? Wait, did it get butchered? I should have got butchered. Oh, okay. Well, good news, bad news on that. So the reason it got butchered is because we have our auto butcher set to try to maintain, well, 0 of everything other than the few livestock creatures we care about. And I forgot that would include our giant hamsters. But on the bright side, out of a very convenient thing, I don't have to worry about micromanaging, say, the rhesus macaques or anything like that. Or macaws, if you prefer. If I just keep doing the initial training level here, even though it's annoying to have to do this manually, once they get tamed, they'll automatically be butchered, giving us more meat, giving us more leather. Okay. You don't have a tame... Wait, hold on. What is this tame command? Oh, no, this is a hack. Like an actual attack to like hard set a tame level. That's not what I want. What I kind of want is an equivalent to Auto Butcher. Which, there's nothing in the Auto Butcher for that, is there? Because that would be pretty slick. No, but I could see them adding something like that to Auto Butcher, which is just a check mark that says like Tame Caged or something like that, right? You turn that on, and what it does is from that point forward, if you have a creature that matches that type in a cage, then it automatically just sets tame like this. I mean, you know, we are luring a creature out of the cage with the promise of food and then killing it, which feels not entirely nice. But, you know, none of this is particularly nice. And in theory, what we're doing here is we're going to gain more food through the butchering process than we're using it for this little amount of taming. Plus the leather, right? We actually have tons of food. That's less of an issue. Yeah, see, there, look, who's this? This is Mr. Siggs leading this rhesus macaque over to the butcher's hall. Right there. I'm a little disappointed that we killed the giant hamster, though. If we catch any more giant hamsters, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to make sure that giant hamsters... right here. There's the entire row. Oh, like some. So we don't butcher them automatically. Okay, we've got some mandates. Shields. We did the spears. Shields. I mean, in theory, we are making shields on its own, which is why it's 2 of 3. We didn't explicitly do it as a mandate dealing thing. Just in case, I'm going to ask for a wooden shield. I'm going to ask for a couple more in there, just to make sure they're getting done properly. And we are going to want the shield, so that's, you know, it's not a hardship. But if no dwarves are picking up shields for any reason, although I bet you they are, because, yeah, not everyone's got a shield over here. You can see in yellow here, these are dwarves who have selected... Oh, this just turned green. These are dwarves who have selected a shield to equip themselves with, but don't actually wear it yet. A new petition. Ah, pristine order. Want a temple and a priest. So... is this one I already have? No, this is a brand new one. And they already want a full temple. Okay. What is that? 7 wide? Have to make sure to do some beautification in here so that it counts as a temple with full value. But it should be okay. Alright, yeah. All the slaughtering is happening. Okay. And yeah, we'll have to come up... like how this is a random sock in the stockpile, and it's the thing that you see. But there you go. The meat is there. There's some yak stuff in it, but a lot of it is theoretically going to be the stuff that we're butchering here. I mean, we must have just butchered a yak too. Obviously, we still want plenty of this stuff to go downstairs, but this should fill up at some point, and then things will go down, because I don't think we're going to be using up the meat here quite as quickly. Crystalline doctrines as well. Okay, my dwarves are getting real religious all of a sudden. Suppose that's fine. How wide is this? 19. Would be the easiest to do it. From here to make sure they're lined up. I'm not going to connect this one. I just wanted to have it sort of laid out and ready to go. All right, that's done there, so let's do some smoothing. Yeah, we can smooth the extra wall. Well, I don't know. I guess I should save a little bit of effort and do that. Probably will smooth this hallway out, actually. But we can wait a scooch. I'm wondering about the same layout. I mean, it arguably a little bit boring, but also it looks very church-like to me. I think we might do that. I wonder how... Yeah, that bulk rock thrones job is done. I think I should probably ask for another bulk one. I'm going to be making all these pews again. So I'm going to ask for another 30. Especially we've got the other one still coming. Yeah. All right. Smoothing's finishing up. So we want a door. Furniture, table. Again, something that looks kind of altar-like, although that's a little too wide. Then, right, all the way back here. That's good. Could be making a quick fort blueprint here, although I don't think quick fort lets you rotate or mirror blueprint. Maybe it does. It'd be very convenient if it does. So this is not going to be fancy enough. There we go. So this new temple. Oh, I don't remember. It was, oh, yeah. Pristine order. And I think the crystalline doctrines. Do we already have the incinerated fellowship? That's not what you are. That's Dolak over here. Maybe they just haven't asked yet. Maybe they're about to. Here, let's open that up. So we can recognize the priesthood. Oh, maybe this is all they needed. The sacred bud. Fine, lethal napkins. I choose you. Maybe this one didn't need a full temple. You have 41 worshippers, though. I don't know. All right. Oh, someone just leaves a ton of their clothing. Look at that. Just dump tons. I wonder if this is someone who was in the military? Right. I'm remembering now. Hang on. The problem with these staggered orders is they don't keep their gear on when they're not at work. I think I want to do this, don't I? That's this one here. Equip always, yeah. Okay, I'm going to copy this. Paste, paste. Paste, paste, paste. And then when they're on training, yeah, okay. So now, even when they're set to their time off, and I guess I want to do the same thing over here. If I set a squad to fully off duty. There we go. There. If I set a squad to fully off duty, I still want them to have their gear. Because otherwise what happens if they're in time off and then all of a sudden we get attacked and I draft them, they have to go and get all their equipment first. I forgot, as I think in the last episode or the episode before that, I was like, yo, there's not a way to tell them to use or wear their uniform all the time. And I think I was looking in the uniform screen. And it's true, there's nowhere there where you can define that, but there is indeed a place to do it. Let's do this hallway now. It'll look nice. And list agreements. Okay, guild halls are all good. Incinerated following and the crystalline. Oh, incinerated following was 6 months ago. Oh wait, that's worshipping Dalek. I did this. That's why I'm confused. I made a temple to Dalek. Exterminate. Retired location. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. But then how do I access the retire? Oh, there we go. Ooh, what was it called? Holy side is fine. Temple of Pristine Order. Is it the Crystalline Onions? No, that's Tavern. Oh, maybe it is all good. Okay. I'm realizing it's a new temple, not to Dolek, but to the Incinerated Fellowship who worship Dolek. And then I can recognize their priesthood. And put Tame Dread in charge. There it is. Okay. So the Crystalline Doctrines who worship Asen, but I don't want a temple to Asen. Now we've got that. Okay. I don't know if I've ever made that issue before. Or maybe it has been a problem in the past and I was confused why people weren't being satisfied. It's entirely possible. All right, smooth that all out. Yeah, our number of critters here is definitely going down. So it's Wabbit season. Yeah, the fact that it reorders a little is a little annoying. Makes it a little harder to go and do this on autopilot. And yeah, I don't think it matters who I assign for the training. There's only the one, so the any and the specific person should be functionally the same. Another petition. Oh! Cheerful Hall. Want a guild hall. Location must be built and furnished, but the hall designated for Doctor Guild. Don't I already have a Doctor Guild? Oh, but it's not fancy enough. It's a meeting place, not a guild hall. Well, that's going to be fine. You know what? You don't need a ton of value right now. I love that there's so many doctors. Clearly our training's going okay. We could just do some engraving in here. I mean, just throwing more furniture in would be good. First of all, if nothing else, I'm going to go and put another pair of tables. That's probably not going to be enough, but that's going to be okay. You've got your furniture. We could put some statues. One would assume they're like anatomical, like, you know, reference figures or something like that. I think we're still waiting for some statues. I think I will just go and engrave this place. That way the doctors and the sick people will all feel like everything's really impressive. And they'll be happy. So that'll get dealt with at some point. Alright, and again, it was the not the Cheerful Hall. The Doctrine, Crystalline Doctrine. So, zone meeting area. Roll that and then erase that a little bit. New temple. Crystalline Doctrine. And metals. Okay. And then it's not fancy enough. But that makes sense. There's nothing in here yet. You know what? I'll get that door in ahead of time. I think it's possible we needed some bulk table jobs, but they'll get done eventually. The thrones are ready to go. That's well, not all the thrones, but that's okay. They're still being built. And again, even if my bulk order runs out, my automated order will take care of this just fine. Oh, right. And these places ultimately will also want some chests or some musical instruments or something. And again, you know, they're religious offerings. This is more chests than you need, but it's another way to add a little bit of value. And they're going to get slowly made and trickled in. And this one is ready to go for later. I'll have to remember to assign a priest here once some of the furniture comes in. Although, I don't think it needed much more wealth. So there's a few thrones that are already ready to go. Well, I thought it'd be enough, but I guess there's not enough quality in those. And there's no gems in any of these walls. Actually, in hindsight, maybe I should have built it here first, because all these gems would have had some bonuses, but that's okay. Check the order screen. Oh, I was gonna say, let me do a sort just to check. Yeah, Rock Thrones, basically done. So, I'm gonna ask for another 10, which is what the default is. I'm gonna do Rock Table and Rock Coffer. So that's just queuing up 10 of each of those as a 1-ton job, which should help do a little bit of catch up for us. And as far as I know, I've got the daily one for the Rock Coffers as well. It's possible that I don't. That doesn't seem... That seems insane. There's our ask. Yeah, Rock Coffers, yeah. Daily, and it like keeps 2 or 4 around or something like that. Which is okay for most autopilot things, but... Okay, got a few more installed. Nearly there. I just want to babysit this, because if I forget to assign the priest, and then, I'll be kicking myself. We already had an issue with the one of our temples not being done in way too long. We probably got some unhappiness because of that as well. Because if you promise them something and then you don't deliver, they get bad thoughts. They get a good thought when you accept the promise, but then they get very bad thoughts if it goes unfulfilled. And I think it keeps going. Like, I don't know how long you've got. That was sitting there for 6 months. Maybe we have a year to do it, in which case we never got a bad thought, which would have been, hopefully. Chessports. Encountered fascinating conundrum recently. Well, that's interesting. Meditating on metals. That sounds like a very dwarfy thing to do. Guild halls. They're apparently good because we're not getting a request other than make this. And yeah, presumably we still got a lot of engraving. These bedrooms here are still being engraved. I could cancel that. Or at least bring down the priority. But there's, there's not that much more left to do. Although, ooh, right. The fancy space over here. Maybe we could do something else for prettiest. Tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to do a #1 priority engraving down the middle here of the hospital. So that'll get done very quickly. There we go. Starting to happen. And then hopefully that'll just bring it up to the level where they're going to be happy. Meanwhile, over here, there we go. Recognize priesthood. Holy avalanche. Ranuf, you're already busy as a leather worker. Ooh, Ranji has been possessed. A Baron. Strand extractor, McChump. I don't think we have much for you to do right now. So congratulations, you're going to be the priest. Ranji, stoneworker's workshop. Alrighty. Not stone crafter, stone worker. So we might get ourselves a artifact piece of furniture. That's very exciting. Now, I was going to just go and put a cut in here because I'm still wanting to make sure I don't record for too long. But I might want to babysit this just to make sure that Granji is collecting all the resources they want. Because if they don't, what I might do is I might forget this next time I record. I'm not recording tomorrow because tomorrow is live stream day. So it'll be Sunday the next time I record. And if I've forgotten an artifact is started, I don't have an alert for person doing an artifact is slowly going crazy. How much are you collecting here? You got shale, some rhesus leather, ginkgo wood, steel bars, walnut wood, ash logs, and you're still collecting something. Probably a rock at this point since you're moving so slowly. Wow, yeah, definitely moving slowly. It's got to be a rock. Is this you? Is this Grand G? No. And I guess I could go follow you. You are... Oh, no, it wasn't a rock. You're just getting pigtail cloth. Okay, you started construction, so that's good. So now we know we're okay. You probably went all the way up to the surface for the leather. That's probably where you're going. Well, no, not the surface for leather. Well, maybe. It could have been sitting in the tannery. That might make sense. Okay. And the pigtail cloth. All right. Well, hopefully we get something very cool out of that. It's probably going to be relatively valuable, which is nice. Oh, yeah, and we're learning. We're getting better at training these different creatures, right? Gain some extra familiarity, so I think it means that when we do the taming, they're going to become more and more tame as we go along the way. I'm still very mad that we accidentally butchered Boo. Oh, I'm so sorry, Boo. Minsk is going to come kill us now. But you know what? Well deserved. Oh, okay. So yeah, everything that can be tamed has been. We got some... Oh, hedgehogmen. Gotta go fast. We can't tame them, so... them and the goblins, there's probably going to be something done with them. Maybe they'll get thrown into the Great Magma Sea once we dig down. This is actually crazy because we're in episode, what, 12, 13 of the series? I think 13. And we haven't dug down to the caverns, but I haven't felt the need to rush. I've been really enjoying the pace of the game as is, and things do tend to get somewhat more chaotic when we open up the caverns. And I'm happy to see this fortress continue to succeed for now. Hopefully you are too. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.